was a world-class medical facility, end up abandoned a mere 20 years after it opened? Even more mysterious, what caused all medical staff to walk out in a single day on 26 December 1996? And worse yet, what about the patients being left helpless, those in frail care and others on life support? It seems that the abandonment of Kempton Park Hospital left more questions than answers. But for the curious few, the urban explorers, the paranormal investigators, and those with inquisitive minds, it left a goldmine of mysteries to uncover. The peculiar abandonment of this facility gave rise to urban myths, haunting tales of paranormal encounters, and intriguing stories of medical malpractice that caused the sudden walkout of the medical faculty in a single day. In the previous episode, after exploring the extremely haunted children's ward, where a child's crying was picked up on camera, and the surgery wing with its echoing footsteps within dark passages, we knew we had experienced firsthand the intense darkness within these walls. Knowing that we now had to face the darkest section of this exploration, the basement, and ultimately the morgue, we decided to make our way to the rooftop to soak in the warmth of the sun and take a deep breath of fresh air before heading downstairs deep into the belly of the beast. The higher we climbed, the more the sunlight beckoned us towards the rooftop. It felt almost urgent to step outside for a little bit, to be out of reach of the dark grasp we just experienced within the children's ward and the surgery wing. Looking up towards the elevator control room, it was a relief to find that we were almost at the top. A few flights of stairs later, and we made it.
Yeah, yes, like.
We are greeted with a stunning view of the residential area that surrounds this place. It is hard to fathom how a place like this exists in the heart of a thriving community. We took our much needed deep breath, because what goes up must come down, and we now had to walk back through the dark passages we just came through, to go even deeper into the darkest sections of this cursed facility. To get to the basement and ultimately the morgue, we would explore our way through the mess hall and the kitchen. This was once a place for the medical faculty to sit down, to forget about their troubles and the ill patients, to just sit and have a peaceful meal. Of all the areas that you would expect paranormal activity, the kitchen is not one of them. But upon reviewing our footage, we discovered a disembodied laugh which can only be described as sounding evil or malicious. Here is a replay with enhanced audio of this EVP that was captured. Even here, medical records and other administrative documents can be found scattered everywhere. The cold rooms where meat, dairy products and vegetables were stored now has an eerie and empty feel to them. Going deeper towards the darkness of the basement, medical devices and products are scattered everywhere on the floor, between more debris and more paperwork. Ironically, a place that once fed the patients and the staff responsible for their lives and recovery now serves as the gatekeeper of the darkest and most feared sections of this facility. Leaving the kitchen behind, it is clear to see that it no longer feeds patients and medical staff, but now it's feeding the fears of those that dare to tread within its haunted hallways. Beneath the behemoth structure of Kempton Park Hospital lies the basement parking, with passages that run underneath most areas of this facility. But more importantly, one of these passages will lead us to the morgue. Some areas are flooded by decades of debris and water, and other areas are so dark that light barely pierces through it. It is almost disorientating knowing that so many dark passages run beneath this place, and each of those passages now has some paranormal experience linked to it, be it shadow apparitions, disembodied voices, whistles, laughing, or the shuffling of unexplainable footsteps. The ghostly activity that people witness here are definitely palpable. Looking up through a service staircase 8 levels down from the rooftop, it feels like I'm looking up from deep within the bowels of the underworld.
Holy crap.
The air becomes stale, and it is sometimes difficult to breathe, since some areas were ravaged by fire, and it feels like the fire ate away at the precious oxygen. As light becomes a precious commodity and darkness threatens to envelop your entire being, it is within these moments that reality hits you like a sledgehammer. Here you have to face the monsters under your bed, in your closet, and in your head. While filming the laundry chute in the heart of the basement, we picked up another EVP on our footage. A disembodied whistle, most likely of a staff member that once worked the laundry room. Here is a replay with enhanced audio of the EVP that was captured. Finally, we reach the hallway that leads to the morgue, where countless bodies must have been moved through over the 2 decades that Kempton Park Hospital was operational. Today, this is well known as one of the most haunted areas in this hospital, and what we were about to record can only be described as extremely haunting and will forever be burned in my memories of this place. At first, the morgue looked a bit underwhelming, but the atmosphere makes up for this as you realize that although most patients don't end up here, for some poor souls, this is the grim reality that life is nothing without death. While setting up a static camera that would be left to record for about 2 hours, we decided to move it to the opposite side of the room. In that moment, before picking up and moving the camera, a female voice was recorded humming a tune. Here is a replay with enhanced audio of this disturbing EVP that was captured. Ironically, what we desperately wanted to capture in the 2 hours we left the static camera was captured in the moment that we hit record and then decided to move the camera's location. For the following 2 hours, nothing was captured, maybe because the spirits that dwell within these dark and forgotten hallways don't see the need to haunt its passages when nobody is present to witness their activity. While this camera was left to guard the morgue, we would be out exploring the nurses' residence, the on-site creche and daycare, as well as the crematorium. So join us in the next episode as we discover that we are not out of the woods yet.